has been the mayor of Oklahoma City since 2004. It'll be 13 years this March. Mayor Mick Cornett is OKC's longest-serving mayor, and yesterday he announced he will not run for re-election. Joining us now to talk about what could be considered a bombshell announcement, Mayor Mick Cornett. Thanks for being with us.
I didn't mean it to be so loud. It just felt like if I knew I wasn't going to run, I should probably let people know, because the open seats in our mayor's races don't happen very often. About once a decade, you'll have an open seat mayor's race in Oklahoma City, and so that can take some time for people to mull it over. Probably some pent-up interest, and so we'll see. I think one of the most exciting things over the next year will be to watch that mayor's race. It sounds like there's going to be a handful of candidates.
No doubt about it. And you said, we asked you yesterday why, and one of your quotes was, you said it just felt like it was time.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, I think people want one concrete answer, and I don't know that I have one, but my mother always taught me not to wear out your welcome. And most politicians run till they lose, and the idea of leaving while there's still a little bit of demand for me to stay in office kind of feels like the right way to go out. And certainly the city continues to do well, and the city was on good stead when I took office, and we just hope to hand it off to the next generation of leadership in that same manner.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt about it, you've had quite the reign here, and you've really helped turn the city around, put us on the map, but the past year or so has been really hard fiscally, for Oklahoma. In 2017, a lot of state agencies looking to take even more cuts. Did that have anything to do with your decision and your announcement yesterday?
No, not at all. In fact, our economists are saying if we can make it to June, the economy should pick up in Oklahoma City and our sales tax should start increasing anymore. But we have put a hiring freeze on our police officers and our firefighters and really all of our employees, and that is starting to have an impact on us. So we need that economy to turn around. I tell you, if I had my wish, when I'm leaving office a year from now, it'll be that our sales tax is on the upswing, so we can start rehiring police officers and firefighters, and also that we can address the infrastructure needs. We have some street surfacing issues in the metro, and we'll have an opportunity this late in summer to try and address that with get the funding in place so we can have some of the best streets in the country.
We're having some major budget cuts, as we know, revenue failure that we talk about on this morning's newscast, of course, so still some work to be done. And you said still some work to be done, but here's the big question: are you going to be our next governor? Are you going to be our next lieutenant governor?
Well, I appreciate the question, because it sounds like it might be a promotion and that might be the direction he's headed.
I had 3 people ask me on Facebook this morning, is Mayor Mick Cornett going to be Oklahoma's next governor?
Well, we are going to look at it, but it would be premature for me to say I'm leaning in one direction or the other. It's a much different race to run statewide. And of course, it would be a partisan election, and I've been running nonpartisan elections. So it's something that we want to look at and consider, but there's a lot of things to take into consideration. I don't really feel like we have to hurry. I don't think there's anything imminent, today or tomorrow, or in a few weeks or so we ought to figure it out and see if it's something we want to pursue.
Okay, so you're saying there's a chance. You heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
In terms of filling your seat, though, any word on who could be our next mayor? Will you endorse anybody?
I don't anticipate that I would. I guess it's still possible. I don't have a policy about that, but my predecessors didn't endorse anyone, when the next mayor's race came along. So, and I don't know how much endorsements matter in the state of Oklahoma. It seems like people make up their own mind, and that they're only mildly interested in what the politician thinks about somebody else. They'll make up their own mind. So I think it'll be a spirited race. There's certainly a lot of things to talk about and discuss. And Brian Mon, County Commissioner, announced yesterday he wants to run. Wouldn't surprise me if State Senator David Holt ran, and Councilman Ed Shadid has indicated that he might run. He ran last time. So, that's at least 3 that I know are looking at it or considering it, and I would suspect there'll be more.
We had those 3. Those were the 3 names that were tossed around in the newsroom that we were talking about too. And Senator David Holt had some really nice things to say about you yesterday when you announced that you would be leaving. Why did you decide yesterday, I'm going to make this announcement? Why yesterday?
Well, actually, it was going to be the day before, but the city manager was out of town on Monday, and I wanted to talk to him first to give him a heads up before I did it the next day. So I didn't talk to him till Tuesday, and then made the announcement Wednesday. In general, we had the city council elections last week, and so in my internal clock, once the council election cycle had passed, the mayor's race is next. And even though it's a year away, I decided about a month ago that I wasn't going to run again. And I thought, if I already know I'm not going to run, I should say something, because There's obviously a lot of pent-up interest in who's going to be the next mayor, and let's give them an opportunity to kind of get their affairs in order and make a real race at it, because it's an important position for the city's direction.
Yeah, and just prepare the city for new leadership here. Looking back on your 13 years, you have a very lengthy resume here. What would you consider to be your biggest accomplishment?
The legacy question. I hate the legacy question, because here's why. I still got a year to go. In fact, when I was telling my staff, they got a heads up that I was, heading in this direction. And before long, we were reminiscing, and I thought, they're going to take my stuff and go put it in the car. I got another year to go. We need to focus on personal. So a year from now, I understand the legacy questions are going to come, and we'll talk about, different things that have happened during the years, and I'll enjoy it probably then. But right now, it seems like we should be focused on what we got in front of us. We got a MAPS 3 Senior Wellness Center opening next week. We're going to break ground on the park later this summer. The streetcar is under construction. So it seems to me like there's plenty to do, and we shouldn't be looking back right now. We need to be looking forward.
We've also been asked this. Someone on my Facebook page said, "Is he going to be getting back into sports or getting back into TV? Do I need to be looking for a new? Do I need to be looking for a new job?"
I can stick around to the noon show if you like. I love doing broadcasting, and of course, hardly a day goes by when someone says, "Hey, do you miss being on TV?" Yeah. And I think about it when they ask, and I think the best answer is, I love doing it when I was doing it, and I love doing what I'm doing now. So I don't know that I miss it, but I've been fortunate to be able to find occupations that I was passionate about, and hopefully I'll be as passionate about whatever it is I do next.
Okay, so forget the legacy question. Moving forward, whoever ends up, filling your role, whoever he or she may be, what would you say their biggest priority should be? What is the biggest need for Oklahoma City looking forward?
I think a consensus builder, because this city has come so far because we've had people pulling on the same rope. So, the business community, the city council, the mayor, everybody kind of coming together, making the best decision, and having a lot of citizen input. I think all that process is very, very important. And then being able to communicate and explain to people why we're doing it and why it's important. And it's all about really creating a city where people want to live. And if you create a city where people want to live, jobs will come. You'll have a strong economy. And that's been a very simple formula that's worked for us over and over again. So I think an understanding of that, and just a consensus builder by nature. What you don't want is a divider, a person that doesn't bring people together, instead divides and creates negativity. Positive energy is what's gotten Oklahoma City this far.
Looking forward, at our state now, as you said, you're not ruling out maybe a run for governor. What would it look like, though, if you and maybe Lieutenant Governor Todd Lamb were to run against each other? Have you guys talked about that, or would you maybe pick up the lieutenant side of things and he would run for governor? Are you all friends, or have you all talked about it?
We are friends. We have not talked about it. If you do run for governor, there's gonna be good candidates running against you. It's not like the field's going to clear when anybody announces.
Sure.
And with my kind of circle and network of friends, no one's going to run for governor that I don't already know. And so it's kind of inevitable. When I ran for mayor, I knew the people I was running against. When I ran for Congress in 2006, I knew all the other candidates in the race. So that's kind of a given. From our standpoint, it's all about, how can we make Oklahoma a better place to live? How do we build some positive energy out of Oklahoma? We've been going through some tough times economically down at the state capitol, and it just seems like people are starting to take the state's reputation based on our priority list and what we're willing to fund. And there's a lot more to this state than that. So I look forward to the process, and we'll see how it turns out. But I don't want to lead you into thinking I'm going to run or not going to run, because I don't know.
Well, when you do decide, you have a 9 o'clock newscast that you can announce it on, and we will be willing.
In that hot seat.
You can come right here, and that seat is available for you if you want to make any type of announcement. Mayor Mick Cornett, thank you so much, and thank you for everything you've done.
We appreciate your time.
Thanks, Mark.
You've done a lot for this city, and we certainly appreciate it.